Hey, it's raining out. Can you hear it in the background? I can hear it in the background. Cool. We are in the middle of catching the tail of a hurricane. So, fun times. Let's take a look at what we're working with today. Boop. There we go. So this is my new shiny live case. Yeah. Made by Case from Lake. This is not a sponsored video. I paid my money dollars for this myself. Fresh off the boat from Italy. It's really nice. It's nothing fancy, but it does the job. It's basically just a plywood case. But he's done a decent job of finishing it. Wired in with 2 Meanwell power supplies going to 3 bus boards. And that's all there is. There is a slight curve on it, ever so slightly, so that the top row sits a little bit tilted forward versus the back row. But I mean, like, it's barely there. You can't really tell. I already put one module in, which is the IntelliGel audio I/O module. Just going to be the main audio input-output for this case. So let's start putting stuff in. I'm going to be drinking my coffee here as we go. So occasionally I'll tuck up the mic, have a nice sip of my coffee. Yeah, let me put that there with the seal on so I don't dump it. Cool. So behind me this way on my other desk, I have my current live case. I'm going to be pulling modules out of that to move into this. And we'll kind of go from there. So let's see what's going first. I'm grabbing the Catalyst Flow. I'm also almost out of knurlies, which is, whoops, going to be interesting as I drop one on the floor. This should fit. This is going to be close. So there's really only one area of concern with depth in this case, which is right below this power supply. I don't have a true ruler handy, but I can tell you it is about 8 HP 8 HP deep, which you can do the translation in terms of what that means in terms of your preferred depth if you don't speak HP. Boom, boom, boom. Catalyst flow. Catalyst flow, plenty shallow enough to fit right over the top of that. So that's nice. Boom, 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 boom. So let's turn it on. Quite nice. Perfect. Easy peasy. So, one module down, the next one is going to be this boy. Oh, come on. This is going to be like a weird ASMR video for some of you people. I apologize for that, but all right. This is going in here, but I'm having trouble getting the power cable out. There we go. This one I'm just going to set in for now because it will cover most of the bus board connectors if I don't. I also have a little friend for it. Do I want you here or here? I think I want you here. Stripe goes to stripe. Mutes, stripe. Just like so. Oh, are you gonna be? Oh, that's a bit annoying. Oh. Well, that can't go there, so we are going to move it. Flip. You should still be fine to go here, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Look at the ghost. Anyway, let's power this on. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. That's cool. Easy peasy. Very nice. So, mixer. Let's keep going. Probably not going to power on and off every single module that I go in, but just trying to get. These are some like the mutes I haven't tested yet. It's brand new, so good to just make sure that it's all working. Let me do this. There, now you can see my beautiful face. When I get to the top row, I'll move and or hide myself. So many modules to move. I can't tell if I hear my cat crying or not. It's amazing how dusty modules can get when they've been sitting covered in a case. They can still get dusty. If you're watching this, thank you for tuning into my weird modular ASMR video of me talking and making modular touching noises on this case. So I just put in the bat verb from my other case. I also have a new friend for the bat verb. which is the Ruina Versio, but not just any Ruina Versio. This is, and maybe I'll split those up. I don't know that I like those. There's not a whole lot of room here for getting your fingers in there to turn those. But the Ruina Versio, but I got the numbered panel instead. So that way, the idea being I'm probably going to mess around with the other firmwares, and I didn't want to have it stuck to just one firmware and just one panel. So generally speaking, the way I'm laying this out, and I'm not really going off a modular grid page right now. I have one in the description, but that's more just kind of a general idea. But notionally, what I'm going to be doing is having mixing, sequencing in this bottom row, a combination of effects and modulation in the middle row, and then the voices for the most part will be in the top row. We'll see how that goes over time, how everything actually fits together. We may be doing something completely different. And this is also like what the case will look like today and not what it'll look like, you know, a week from now, tomorrow even, we'll see. Putting in the Acid Rain Maestro. So I've played with this one a little bit. I've had it for a while now, but I haven't really kind of dug into it too much. But I was messing with it after the latest firmware update because I needed to update the firmware on it, and it's nice. I like it. It's way more straightforward. The chaining stuff is really the part that I hadn't played with, and when I was playing with that, I was really enjoying it. So that's kind of the idea there. Let's grab the big boy. So in terms of goals, I know you can't see me, I'm over here pulling modules out of the monster next to me. In terms of goals for the case, basically, and I think I'm going to split these up like so. But the general idea of this case is to be a little, at least initially, and obviously this is going to change over time as we put stuff in and out and tweak things, but it's going to be a little bit more floaty than my last live case, which was very much not floaty, very heavy drum and bass, stuff like that. This will be a little bit different for now. We'll see what happens. But the idea being a lot of effects, still a decent amount of voices, just because like this is a pretty big case, especially for like a live case. This is pretty good size, so we can fit a lot in here. But the idea being really using the various effects. I got a beads, which I'm going to throw in here now, and a data bender. Which will be going in here as well. But given all of these effects, we can do some pretty interesting chaining of all the effects together do all sorts of fun stuff with all of the effects, and even just like a few voices with all of the effects will be pretty spicy, I think. Beads I got. I haven't played with it yet. I can't remember that. I put it off somebody on one of the Discords, and he was a perfectly reasonable person and sold it at cost rather than trying to price gouge, which is a lot of what is happening right now. Please don't price gouge your modules. Eurorack is already expensive enough. We don't need to gatekeep people. If you don't like a module, you know, try to do your best to just sell it at cost. You know, don't be mean. I will let my cat in because she's yelling at me. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Yep. Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Are you coming in or what? This is the high quality content you pay for. Alright, well, I'll leave the door open. She can figure it out. So, man, that row filled up real quick, didn't it? Fun times. Let's throw an oct in here. Always a good one to have. Where do I want you? I think I want you somewhere in this neighborhood. Right at the center of the show. So this is kind of just going to be a case of my favorite modules that benefit what I'm trying to achieve. Not that that's a surprise, or should be a surprise to anybody. Let's boot this up just to make sure. Nice and clean. It's always a good sign when the blinking lights come on right away. Cool. We might end up moving this at some point because it's kind of weird to go all the way. Well, I guess we're going to end a chain. Maybe it's fine. We'll see. We'll see. Performance mixer. I'm just putting stuff in now. I'm not obviously screwing anything down. That's fine. Do I want Pam's in here? And that. I don't think I do. Pam's is fun, but I don't think I want it right now. I want this. Ooh, I want that. Like I said, I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants here. I'm not really, you know, spending too much time. Because this case is so big, like, I can really kind of just afford to put whatever I want into it from the library. I was having a lot of fun with this module. The liquid glitcher. Am I, like, in focus? Yeah, we're in focus enough, I think. Yeah. There we go. Liquid glitcher. Boom. Which makes a total racket and sounds awesome. And then you put it through some effects and it sounds even cooler. So we're going to put you up here. And I know it goes great with some liquid glitcher. Percol. Don't drop an earlies in the case. And you know what goes great with those? Some interstellar radio. cat is on the floor attacking my feet. This is the weird noise section. I don't know, you guys can't see this right now, can you? Boom. There we go. Weird noise. Conveniently covered by my face before. That'll be fun. All right. What HP do we have left? So getting one of this is one of the stupid purchases that I've really enjoyed. Control makes an HP ruler, which is super useful. So we have about 22 HP left in this row, which is cool, and 64 HP left in the bottom row. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. I don't think we're going to go all the way today, but we're going to make some good progress. Maybe this is going to be not as floaty as I think it's going to be. This might be totally aggro, but weird aggro and not as predictable. Because right now I am grabbing the BIA and the Manus from my other case, and we'll be slotting those in somewhere. I'm liking this rack is already shaping up. I'm excited where this is going. In between the BIA and the rest of the stuff, I'm going to put a new toy, the Qantas Ampla, which is the noise engineering VCA that they just released. There we go. You can go right there, friend. We need some enveloping actione for that side of the case. Wow. Quadigy, Zadar. Let's grab this while we're here. Always drop your knurlies. That can go there. That one goes there. This one goes here. Hondo Grito, do you go? I don't know. Quadigy, Zadar Nin. I think Zadar Nin is more what I want. Man, you run out of room quickly, don't you? Maybe I don't want that one yet. I haven't decided. Maybe not that one. Okay. Modules that say either way scare me. Hot take. What do you mean you can go either way? That's not how power works. But you say. It's okay. See, I have this on the modular grid, and it's so big, but it could be fun. I think that's okay. I think we keep that for now. Now. Eight HP. You know what goes in 8 HP? Rings goes in 8 HP. Well, micro rings does. Oh, are you not going to fit? Oh no. We don't actually have 8 HP here, do we? That's annoying. It's going to be close. Maybe we have it. Oh, I don't think we have it. Oh, that's annoying. Well, I don't think we actually have 8 HP up here. It's very close, but I don't think this will fit. Do we need nin? Maybe not. Maybe not. This is where those tough decisions get made. Should I stay or should I go now? See, I want the Morph-4, but the Morph-4 just takes up a lot of HP for what it is. I mean, it's pretty cool, but is it 20 HP cool, right? 20 HP? That's, 20 HP is a lot for 4 channels. I don't know. I don't think it does. It sucks, but I don't think it goes. That's just too much. Yeah, see, like the quart and the alt. I think are potentially a better use of that space. I think it even saves me some. Gives me more envelopes and a VCA. And now people can't judge me for not having a VCA. I think we actually need some more VCAs. Come on. There we go. It's looking good so far. This is where it starts to get real tough. Real tough. Alright, well, let's take stock of what we have in here. And this is also where the benefit of planning your case out, rather than flying by the seat of your pants would help. But so we have enveloping VCA, 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 envelope, envelope, LFO, LFO, LFO-ish thing, other modulation source. I did think that could be fun. I did think that. Keeping with the noise engineering theme in this case. Where will you fit those, my friend? Oh, will you fit there? Oh, you're so close. Oh, if you fit there, that'd be golden. This is gonna be tight. Because we're like literally getting down to like what's the pitch on the panel powder coating for some of these modules. Oh, do you fit? Oh, you're so close. Maybe. Maybe we just cut in. You know what we could also do? I could do the old duck to the next row trick. Maybe. Oh, Nin does not like to do that, does it? Nin is not a fan of that trick. Alright, well, bye, Mr. Nin. Might regret that. We have 2 HP, which is enough for like a buffered mult, and that'll be fine. But that has a lot going on in that row. One buffer boy. That'll do. Seems reasonable. I don't know if I'm going to keep this whole section. We'll see. It's a lot of weird in the weird noise area. We'll see how much I like that. All right. I'm going to start screwing stuff in. My wife is prepping coffee downstairs. This is the tedious part. Putting all these knurlies in. I like this layout. This is, from the case perspective, that is. I like that kind of angling up is subtle, but it definitely feels like that nice gentle slope. Weight wise, it's not that bad. I mean, it's definitely heavy. Definitely heavy, but not overly so. How many HP is the case? Good question. It is 3 rows by 126 HP wide. but I think it is a little bit odd in the specific width. I think it might be like 1 HP over or so. I'd have to measure. So that's 60, 120. Yeah, so I think it's like 125 and a half, it looks like. But it's close. It's pretty big. It's like, it's a good size for like a live case. I mean, I bought this for myself, so I'm biased, but I don't want to be any bigger than this. It has a lid. It has it's like really well built. There's like rubber feet and stuff around all of the edges, or on the corners at least, and there's actual rubber feet on both, like setting it down vertically, or on the horizontal side there's feet as well. So it feels really solid while it's sitting here. And then I'll put this back up if I can pick it up. Case from Lake, that's where I got it. Who's on Etsy. They do some good stuff. I'm happy with the work. And he was really pleasant to deal with too, which is nice. Come on. I think this needs to... No. You just don't want to go. There we go. But yeah, like I said, I'm biased. I think this is a good size. I don't want to be bigger than this. This is still like carryable. It's too big for a plane, but I don't really intend to fly places anyway. I would bring modular stuff. So. Definitely missed Oct. Don't want to do that. This is that thrilling content. Watching somebody literally screw stuff in. Come on. Come on, come on, do the locomotion. Your shoulder gets tired doing this. My right shoulder is cramping up. But this would be way more difficult if it weren't for release. One of the things I might do is I might swap out the interstellar radio for 100 grit at some point, depending on how angry I want to be. Both are pretty angry, for sure. But the 100 grit, I think, is a little bit more. So depending on what mood I'm in. Some of these cables are a little bit too long, and they need to be like trained to stick in place. There we go. Yeah, CK, I don't know if you heard me. It is 126 HP wide, and obviously 3 U's. Or 3 rows, rather. 9U. So it's a good size. I don't want to go bigger than this. You guys can hear me, right? I hope you can hear me. That would be weird. I think you can hear me. And I think it's actually more like 125 and a half if I'm busting out the ruler. $60. I mean, it's 126, but it's tight. It's definitely a little bit tight. But yeah, the intent of this current setup, and you know I haven't put a sequencer in yet. Well, that's not true. I have the mimetic, but I haven't put the kind of main sequencer in yet. And that is because I, being the glutton I am, ordered a 512 vector to give that a go. With the intent of like trying it out, and if I don't like it, I'm going to return it. But that's why I'm leaving this nice big space, because the thing's huge. But if I don't like it, then the nerd sec will go in. But I'm hoping that I do like it. I hope you kind of hope you like all the things, right? You don't really hope you don't like something. That would be sad. But the idea being, I'm hoping that the vector is a little bit more kind of just jammable. Because what I want to do is, my last kind of live performance with modular was very deliberate. It was me putting in a lot of work to come up with very specific songs and then executing basically on those songs, performing live, much like a band would do, which is fine. And I enjoyed it. But in the spirit of changing things up, we're going to try something different this next time. And hopefully come up with something a little bit more free-flowing. While still sounding good. That's really the important thing, is it's still got to sound good. At the end of the day, that's really all that matters. And I'm swapping out some things from the other case that are not going in here. See, this might need to like roll a little bit, but we'll see. CK, did you hear me before? I don't know if like my audio is coming through or not, but if you didn't, let me know. If not, I'll ping you afterwards and I'll shoot you a message. Come on, one more. There we go. So, I think we are all bolted in. That one's loose. Those are loose. See, good thing to check. Someone's loose. Depending on what I'm doing, I might go through and like actually take a screwdriver to these and tighten them down more, but for the most part, you can get away with finger tight, even when traveling. But it doesn't hurt to check. I also don't want to tighten down stuff too much because I'm probably going to be moving things. Hey, there we go. Let's see if we can get some noise out of this box before we call it a night. Oops. Let me turn that down while I'm plugging in. Left. Right. Patch cables. That does not give me confidence. Come on, give me the cable I want. Speaking of weird noises. Oh, here comes the rain again. just sounds fun. Well, if that isn't creepy, I don't know what is, but I'm happy with that. That sounds really cool. That is some spacey stuff, man. Cool. There we go. Cool. Oh man. Oh, it sounds so cool. I love that stuff, man. Like, I know it's not, musical in any sense of it, but having that on like the back of whatever else we do, oh, that's some spice right there, right? Like that's the spice of life. And then you can malt it and bring it into the percal and turn it into percussion sounds and all sorts of fun stuff. I'm excited. These like small rigs, I mean, obviously like this is either somebody's definition of massive or somebody's definition of very tiny. To me, it's somewhere in the middle, but it's pretty small compared to the monster that's sitting next to me. But having these kind of small focused racks, I think has really changed my thinking around modular. So I still have the monster that's like my collection, my like library sitting next to me. But I really like having these kind of small, like defined, like this is the box, that's it, right? Like you have your mixer, you have your sequencer, TBD, your sound, and your modulation, and that's it, right? Like you fix it in the box. Versus the monster, which can be a little bit endless, in both a good way and a bad way. Right? It gives you a lot of power. You can do a lot of stuff with it, but having everything in one kind of closed system like this, I think is pretty cool. So I'm excited. this will be fun. Cool. All right. Well, that is going to be it for me tonight. It has been a little bit over an hour. We got some really fun noise. Oh man, isn't that just not the the soundtrack to every like horror movie ever? Like A24, give me a call. I'll do your soundtrack. Got it right here. It's just this. It's literally just I'll take the the liquid glitcher into some reverb into Magneto. Call it a day. Got it. Nailed it. Problem solved. Just put that in the background every time there's a big scary monster guy coming to slash through stuff. So cool. All right. Well, I will be back tomorrow. Maybe we'll be messing with this. Maybe not. I still want to mess around with the Electron stuff. I've been having fun with that. I guess I haven't done that on stream yet. Maybe I'll stream that tomorrow. We'll put this aside so I can finish my Electron duties. I'm trying to stick to one box a month, quote unquote. And maybe I'm naming this series the Boxes series, but this is my next box. This is not the current box. The current box is actually over yonder, and it's the Electron Digitact and Digitone and Octatrack. And I've been having fun messing around with those. So this is actually what comes after this, which is good because it's not quite done yet, and I don't know. It'll probably change. I don't know what's going to stay, what's not going to stay. Maybe Beads goes, and the what are you? Data Bender comes in instead. They're basically the same size. They do very, very different things, but we'll see. We'll see. Cool. All right. Well, I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Peace.